Still plenty more to get through on Hong Kong Direct. Ed Sale and Graham Cunningham still with me as well to look ahead to the Mile and the Cup. But don't forget about the special campaign website, hkjc.com. You'll find all the links there that will link you through to the big week here in Hong Kong, IJC nights, and then the 4 Group 1s on Sunday, of course, as well. All the news coming up to the big day. Next up for us, though, is the Mile, which is actually the first of the Group 2s of the afternoon. It is race number 3 on the programme, headed by Southern legend Casper Founds and Karis Teeton, dropping back from the 1800 metres behind Fiore in the Star Ladies Purse last night. Golden 60, looking for his 10th straight win here. Kaying Star will set it the tempo up early. Got Simply Brilliant returning from a long break. Harmony Victory, Champions Way, Sha Moreira, and Mighty Giants, the new kid on the block for Ricky Yu and Zach Purton. Obvious place to start, Graham, is with Golden 60. Does he have an Achilles heel?
I haven't seen it.
No.
I haven't seen it, and the clock tells you that he's a terrific horse. Now, some would say, well, he's beating the same horses month in, month out, but the clock tells you that this is a horse capable of just uncoiling a sub-22 second final split, and he does it looking like he's got much more to give. So this is his final dress rehearsal, Edward. We know things can go wrong, but it looks his race to win or lose, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Small field, but he can handle any circumstance. He can be handy and still produce that turn of foot, or if they do go to a strong tempo, he can get back and run them down. He toyed with them last time out, even though the margin says only half a length with his winning margin. I think he's the most exciting horse Hong Kong racing's had since Able Friend.
All right, yeah, and he was sort of, I suppose, if you wanted to knock him, you say he was just lugging in a little bit. What do you put that down to? Just...
He's done that once or twice before. He sort of puts his cue in the rack once he's done. He doesn't win by wide margins, but it's when that surge comes and you just know you've seen something really special. So I hope he wins and wins really well. He's got that tremendous thing that anyone can identify, a horse who just goes zip, and any sports fan can say, oh yes, I understand what that's all about. So he's got that. He's going for 10 in a row. He's Hong Kong through and through, owner, trainer, jockey. He himself is a PPG, an imported horse with no racing experience. He represents a lot of what is great about Hong Kong racing, and if only he knew the pressure he was under because of that.
I don't think it would bother him. I think he just knows how to do his job. He gets the job done. Francis Lloyd's done a terrific job with him, and I know the point is he might have only beaten the same horses over again, but he beat the 4-year-olds last season. That was the target. This time out he's beaten Beauty Generation, he's beaten Kaying Star, so he's beaten the older horses. And who knows, International Day, I think he'll be there to beat the international competitors too.
I sometimes think that Francis Lloyd gets lost in this a little bit because he's so unassuming, but obviously doing a fantastic job with him, as Ricky Yu has with Mighty Giant, who's putting a sequence together, but the weights and measures says that it's going to be a massive step up for him.
Absolutely, but Ricky's been eyeing a crack at Golden 60 for a month or two now, and a very different horse to Golden 60. Big, powerful, bold white face, aggressive on the speed galloper. He's up in class appreciably, but he's done it somewhat the hard way in handicaps, Edward, and he's burned the candle at both ends. He's had to go hard to get on the speed, and then he's had to battle hard to fight off the finishers.
And he's been so tough in the manner that he's won those races as well too, as you say, up on the speed. He's had the challenges. He's beaten some good horses last time out, the likes of Skyfield, Lucky Express, who are good horses on the rise, but he was too tough for them. He's won his last 5 in a row, so I don't think he'll be able to beat Golden 60, but I think he'll be very competitive.
All right, on the international ratings, he should be getting a stone from Golden 60, meets them on levels and gets up in trip, and that's the question we posed to big race jockey Zach Purton.
It's a big throw at the stumps. It's hard to go there with a lot of confidence thinking you're going to beat Golden 60. He's such a good horse. But my bloke can only win, and he's been doing that. You know, he hasn't been beyond 1,400 metres before either, so he's got to step up in distance. And a big jump up in class, but he's honest, he'll give us his best. He's got a good racing style, so he'll be out there, and you know, let's hope he can do it.
I think he's a really exciting inclusion into this race, Mighty Giant. Can't wait to see what he can do. Of the others, though, Graham, Champions Way, your Kaying Stars and your Southern Legends?
Champions Way just keeps getting wind burn from Golden 60. He even did so in a trial the other day. Kaying Star's the one for me to put it up to Golden 60. Slightly better off at the weights. He's only won 1 from his last 15, but he dug in really hard against Golden 60 last time. And don't forget, he was second to a high-class horse in this race last year in Waikuku.
That's right. He beat Beauty Generation as well too when he ran second in the race. Beauty Generation third. He'll be up there. He'll be in it for a long way. He's not quite good enough to win, but he'll try his best. Southern Legend, this is a sort of fork in the road day for him in terms of does he go on to the mile after this race or does he go to the Cup in December? We know how honest he is, so again, he's going to be very competitive.
Slightly disagree on that. If Golden 60 nods in any way, Kying Star is capable of winning this race. He's right on form now, and Tony Cruz's horses, as we've seen, are rolling at the moment.
Yeah, Chad Schofield has got a great record on Kying Star as well, 4 rides for a win and 2 second places as well. Simply Brilliant and Harmony Victory would be a bit of a surprise, I think, if they were to win, but we wish them best of luck all the same. Moving on then to the final Group 2 on the programme, that is race number 7, and that is the Cup itself. Exultants go round again after being beaten by Fiore last time out, but he's warming up to try and reclaim his title, of course, on International Day. Fiore was mighty, winning the Sarsar Ladies Purse last time out. Shafano, definite excuse for him last time in the Ladies Purse. Ho Ho Khan, good run behind Fiore. Dancing with Dragon really established himself now as a player within this rank. Columbus County, the second of the found runners, comes here on a hat-trick and down to Singapore Sling, who's possibly a little bit disappointing maybe behind Fiore last time out. I didn't mention Time Warp then either, but he obviously deserves a mention. He'll be rolling along from the front. Big ask for him though, Graham. Exultant at Fiore, the big 2?
Definitely. I think it sets up for another head-to-head between the two, as we saw in the Sarsar Ladies Purse. Don't forget, it was 6-0 in the head-to-heads to Exultant before that race. So either Fiore has just blossomed again, and it's possible because Joao Moreira was on board for the first time and he ripped out a 22.2 finisher. Better off at the weights this time, Exultant. Should be sharp at the run. He's building towards the Vase again.
Certainly, and also when you look at the makeup of the race, there doesn't look to be a lot of speed in it. Andrew, you've said Time Warp will roll along, but outside of that, there doesn't look to be a lot of pace in the race. Zach's drawn wide on Exultant. He can take him back if he wants to, but we've seen those mid-race moves, how successful they've been. As for Fiore, well, Tony Cruz, he hasn't run many bad races.
He was confident after the race, wasn't he?
After the race, yes. I should have bumped into him before the race because he said he thought he was going to win on Ladies' First Day.
It was a super effort all the same. Casper Founds has Dances with Dragon and Columbus County. Very interesting inclusion in the field here. Let's catch up with the King of the Valley, gets his thoughts on his 2 runners.
Let's start off with Dances with Dragon. Have you been pleased with the way his preparation's gone?
He's been absolutely flying. You know, he's has not put in a bad run for me. Obviously now he's up with the big boys. It's going to be tough, but I'm very happy that he's drawn a soft gate, because I'd like to take advantage of that and just have him just behind the speed rather than him being out the back and rattling home, you know. So it'll give us a chance to see where we're at with the big boys under these terms for this race, and hopefully he can show us that he can be competitive, and if he does, then we can certainly look at December realistically, and again, he's another horse, 2,000 to 2,400 looks within his compass. Yeah, I got a lot of time for this horse. He's been a late maturing type. Not a big horse, but he's certainly got a big heart. And I was quite confident going to that race first up. You know, prepared him, I felt, well enough to give us a big run. And he certainly did that, you know, and was quite strong on the line. So he's a type of horse, even though he's rated 106, we really don't know where his rating is. He could be a 120 horse with a bit of luck, you know. So I'm hopeful that he can come out there and mix it with them. Again, you know, that it's a race that the ratings aren't in his favour. You know, so it's going to be tough, and I always respect these set weight races, and you always respect horses that have got the ratings in hand. But like I said, he's the type of horse that he could take that next step.
I think both these horses have some sort of place claims. Graham, what are your thoughts? Columbus County was interesting. Big winner, Happy Valley.
Yeah, they definitely need to be in your trio quartet calculations. Columbus County was really good last time. It was Class 2 handicap, Happy Valley. He put it to bed like that. And he's only had 8 runs. I think he's improving fast. Dances with Dragon sort of came the long way home last time. He ran well, but do bear in mind, I think he's 5 and 11 pounds worse off with the 2 who beat him. So I think Columbus County and Dances with Dragon, both 3rd and 4th place contenders. Columbus County, perhaps the one with more progression in him.
How do we play it, Graham? The 3 Group 2s on the weekend, 1 horse for each race.
The horse we've neglected to mention in detail, and we should do, because tactically Time Warp, as so often, holds the key. And he's been a member of the awkward squad for Exultant and Zach Purton so many times. It all depends how hard he goes. The stronger he goes, the better for Exultant. If not, it could get slightly messy. But I think it's going to be a repeat of last time, but this time perhaps with Exultant wearing down Fiore, just as he did in this race 12 months ago. The mile, for me, it has to be Golden 60, but I think Kying Star will keep him honest. And in the sprint, I'll take my chances that Computer Patch, with a more even pace, can give Hawkinghorn a good run.
Ed?
It's not always that I agree 100% with Graham, but we're a team this week, Graham. I'm with Computer Patch as well for the sprint for the Cup. I think Exultan's the best horse in the race, and likewise Golden 60. It's hard to see him being beaten in the mile on the weekend.
All right, I'll go with Hawkinghorn. I think it's a little bit flat in this sprint, but I think better off at the weights this time round. Otherwise, we're in full agreement. Looking at the diary then, it's a slightly earlier start for us this weekend. So 12:45 for the first. The big races 3, 5 and 7. Then Happy Valley, and then return to Sha Tin next weekend for the Chevalier Cup. All right, great job. Thanks as always, guys. That's the show. Thanks for watching. I'm going to leave you this week with Viva Pitaka, one of the giants of Hong Kong racing. Back-to-back victories in the Cup. Exultant is trying to do that this weekend as well. So enjoy this. We'll see you again on Sunday and bring all the action from Hong Kong direct to you.
Here comes the champ, Viva Pitaka. He ambled up on the outside. Beedman hasn't touched him as yet. Viva Pitaka ahead in front of Hawke's Bay. Jackpot Delight out of the packs running on. Now he feels for Viva Pitaka. He draws away now from Hawke's Bay. Then Jackpot Delight and Viva Pitaka only had to sprint the last 100 and he beat Hawke's Bay.